Rob, what's up, man? Can you hear me okay? Firing up everything out here. Hope you're doing all right today. Audio, check, check. We good? How's everybody doing today? Get this fired up and moved over here so I can actually read the chat a little bit better. Hi, Tina. How are you today? Good to see you. Give me just a second. I'm maneuvering things around so I can see the chat better. Sorry if I miss anything you say. Pop out. Beautiful. There we are. Much better. All right. You got me back? Smoking is bad for my lungs. Yes, it is. And 100% of non-smokers, fun fact, they still die. Anyway, good to see everybody. I hope you guys are having a good time. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Sunday. I thought, what's up, Keith? How you doing, man? I thought I'd do something a little bit different. Team says, why do I smoke? Because I can. Oh, goodness. For those of you that are new here, my name's Mike. I make stuff. Shout out to Cedar Growbacks. I had to go grab myself one of them newsy hats, man. Those things are slick. Liking the setup. Thank you for that, Just Jokes. Appreciate you, man. Nah, your insecurity. Nah, I'm pretty damn secure with how I am. I'm feeling good. For those of you here for the content, what's up, mainly? I want to talk about the one thing that is the deliverer and the bane of every damn thing we do. This stupid cell phone. Sometimes you get one of these things and you end up plugging it in and it's dead. Graveyard dead. Don't write it off. And don't go to one of those cell phone repair places. You guys can do this. That's what I want to show you. So we're going to go to the bench and we'll walk through what I'm doing. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Hope you take something good out of it. Let's bring you down. Welcome back to the bench. Because I've got it up on another screen over there. Let's break into this guy. Hello, Mehmet. How are you? Good to see everybody. They quoted $350. Good Lord. All right. So we need to break this thing apart. We need to get in because there's a PCB, a primary circuit board in here that controls the power. We'll get that taken care of here in just a few seconds. But first, I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. First, we've got to figure out how to get in this damn thing. I will put a link to this little kit that I picked up for $10 on the Zon. They call it a precision screwdriver kit, but it's pretty much got everything I'm going to need to be able to take care of this. Now, as you can see, this is the type of phone that doesn't have one of those removable backs. For those of you old enough to remember when they did. But that's okay. We're still going to be able to get in this thing. And we're going to do it because of the place where the SIM card and the SD goes. I am from Texas, Mehmet. Now, why did I take out that slot? It's simple, because this is a very thin piece of plastic. I can even move it with my finger, which means I can get my other tools in to separate the back from the rest of the phone. And basically, we're just going to use these guitar picks here. We're going to squeeze right in there, flex that plastic down a hair until we get inside it, just like that. And then just run it down to the end. And it opens up like a whole lot of other cell phones you're used to. Hello, Lennon. How are you? Thank you for the compliment about my voice. So we'll continue to follow that around. Now, I got to be careful because this phone, it won't charge, MP. The USB charger port has stopped charging the phone. I got to be careful because this power button also has a biometric attached to it. So I know I got a ribbon cable that I have to contend with somewhere in here. Like I said, again, I'm just going to use my guitar pick, trace the way around, pop the little clips open. Be careful around the power and the volume button. Let's see if we get it open here. I think we do. Yep, pretty easy. Yep, see that ribbon cable that I was talking about? I'll move it into frame. There's that ribbon cable I was talking about. We want to be careful. Now, as we can tell, it's pretty easy to figure out what's going on here without being a cell phone nerd. This is the guts that makes the phone work. There's the camera. Here's all the other internals. This is obviously the battery, and we've got the power and the support for plugging in an aux jack in the bottom of the phone. So I bet you $1 that right inside this shielding is where our problem's at. Transparency. Already taken care of getting the replacement part, which ran me a whole whopping $9. This kit is actually pretty awesome. For $10, can't be beat. And one of the cool things I like about it is that it gives me this pair of tweezers because my fat ass fingers can't pick up any of these little bits. That is a double aught, which, I get it? Yeah, we're set in there. So all I'm going to do now, slow me down if I'm going too quick, guys. I'm just going to undo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws. And that should let me get this cover out of the way so we can look underneath. A couple of things I want to talk about while I'm doing this. Number one, don't be intimidated by doing this. Find an old junk phone. Figure it out. It's the only difference between it and any other electronic is that it's small. And that could be a challenge if you got big, fat, meaty fingers like me. But you're dealing with basically a lot of the same components. Hey, Calvin from Dad's Workshop. Good to see you, man. So we're just going to pull all these screws. Keeping track of your loose components is probably one of the biggest challenges of doing this because everything is so small. But I stand to bet I feel comfortable about it that once I remove this screw, now that cover will be free. Here's the other thing that you guys might not know. If you look really close, they actually put an arrow on the side of that cover right here to tell you where exactly to get the thing loose. We're going to go back to our toolkit. Again, I'll put the link to this in the description after the fact. Like it was like 10 bucks. Yes, they are absolutely microscopic. They are incredibly tiny. Let's see if we can use our pry tool. Get in there and get that cover off. Oh, you want to play? Okay. So we'll go at it a different route. Let's go this way. Yes, thank you for all of my regulars joining me. I really appreciate it. Thank you. If you're first time here, I hope you'll consider subscribing, maybe possibly becoming a member. Admittedly, through my personal life, I've had a bit of setbacks that have caused me to stall a little bit with the channel. But I hope to get back on track and keep delivering you guys content that's useful, a little bit different than what everybody else is trying to show you, and to empower you to say that you can fix stuff. Don't feel like anything's too much for you to tackle. One of the reasons that I'm able to do this is because I'm in what do I have to lose syndrome. The phone's already busted. So what happens if I try to fix it and it doesn't work? I still have a busted phone. I lost nothing. All right, so we pulled our cover. Sure enough, yes, indeed, we got a little PCB right here that handles our charge and our auxiliary jack. Now, I'm going to do my best to try to show you guys. Hopefully, you guys can see it well enough. Here's a small ribbon cable right here I will undo. Then I've got, running down the side here, I've got two DC connections that I can unsnap. Calvin with the 650 joules. Thank you, friend. I appreciate you. All the support you guys can give me is incredible. I thank you so much for that, Calvin. Much love to you and Heather and Dad's Workshop. If you guys aren't subscribed to them, go check them out. He does a lot of wild stuff too. He's actually doing a lot of leather processing, tanning, leather working. It's beautiful right now. And he's an incredible woodworker, a great maker, and a fine craftsman. Now, if that isn't a screw that you could lose pretty easy. Whew. We're going to set that guy right there. And I think we're ready to get our tweezers, get our board out of there. Now, what I'm going to try to do is not even have to use that replacement board. If I can't help it, I think I might be able to fix this one. There we go. Nice and easy, lemon squeezy. It's a very simple board. As you see, we only got really two components on it. The charging and the auxiliary audio. Now, what's notorious, what happens if I sneeze on it, it'll get snot covered. I'm going to open the garage door because it's a little warm in here. And it'll give me a little better light. 2 seconds, guys. Thanks for your patience. While we're doing so, I ended up getting a new set of mics that I think work a little better. I hope that the audio is to your satisfaction. If you have any feedback or comments about it, I'd be loving to hear it. All right. All right. So what happens with these USB-C ports? When you look at it really closely, there's a set of wafer pin connections in the very center encompassed by this hot metal ring. As you jam a charger in it, you may crank it this way or crank it that way on accident, or yank the cord, and you end up pulling this apart and flaying it outward so that it can no longer hold on to those connections. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently try to squeeze those back together. We'll put this guy back together. If that doesn't work, then we use the replacement power board, and I bet you we're going to get this cell phone to fire up and charge again. Just as soon as I find the needle nose, the tiny needle nose that were on the tool board right behind me, because I'm an idiot. Again, guys, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Consider becoming a member. I think I'm down to 13 members now. The plan is to get this thing resurrected, man. Let's get her going. All right. So now, very gently, I'm just going to squeeze ever so slightly on that casing. Now, does this still plug in? Absolutely. That's firmly seated in there. That's good to go. So let's give that a try. See if that didn't rectify our problem. But to do that, we just reverse the process and put everything back together. First step, snap that guy back in place. You get an audible click that tells you you're good to go. Retrace that wire. You know what I might do, because this is flopping like this. I'm going to return the PCB screw. That was a scary sound. I thought I heard a screw bouncing all over, but I think I'm good. Okay. Let's get this board reseated. Perfect. Now these little connectors work very much like, for those of you old enough to understand the analogy, they work very much like pearl snaps on a Western shirt back in the 70s. You just snap them back on. All right. So we've reseated our board. This is a pretty easy fix, wasn't it? Let's get our case screws back in there. It's the other thing about this little $10 set. This screw is this driver is magnetic. It's got a pivot knot on the back. So it makes it real handy for this stuff. Yes, there are actually press studs that just snap onto some snap connectors on the board. The studs are on the board itself, but the connectors are the female, or the wired ends, should I say. To reiterate what I wanted to talk about, don't be intimidated by this. If you have nothing to lose, the only opportunity that you have inside the cell phone is to learn. The second thing that could be crucially important here, if you look at my cable here, it says that it can deliver 100 watts. I see a lot of people get reined up in the fast charging. Oh, how quick can I get my phone to 100? And they get a 100-watt cable, and they think that's going to juice it up to full in 5 minutes. Understand that another component of that chip we just took out is called a buck converter. And it has a COM chip attached to the buck converter that communicates with another board inside your charger block. And it says, the most I can handle is 10 watts, 15 watts, 45 watts. And that's all the brick will deliver to it, regardless of what the cable says it can do. That's why when you plug in your phone, there's about 3/4 of a second to a 1 second delay, because those two chips are talking to each other and making an agreement on how much current to deliver, or how many watts, I should say. Ironically, Rob's got a 1% battery. All right, we're all seated down. Let's be careful. We don't want to undo any of our components for the power button or that ribbon cable. I'm going to start on that side and just start snapping this guy back together. I feel pretty confident that what I did was a fix. That's why I'm snapping it back together. If you're not 100% certain, or you feel uncomfortable with being able to undo the case like that, then leave it open, give it a test. But let's give it a go. See what happens. Ah! Now we have some response. All right. Let's change cables. So can you guys see me again? There we go. There we go. Hey, we're back. Sorry about that, fellas. All right. Back to the phone. Let's see how it goes. We're charging again. Adele, good to see you. Let's see if we get this guy to power up. Right as rain. So, I didn't even need the replacement board. All I needed was to just retighten that USB-C port, and my phone is good to go. Lo and behold, no need for dumping $600-700 and go getting another phone. When it took me just a little bit of courage, a little bit of deductive reasoning, we got it figured out. Do you guys get usage from this kind of content? Do you guys want to learn how to fix other electronics and other devices like this? I'll be glad to show you guys. As you can see, this one was pretty easy. Didn't take that much at all for us to get it done. We got the phone all set, ready to rock. Phone is starting up. Looks like we're good to go. So now, I have this phone. I have the phone I got from my insurance policy. So now I have a backup if I ever need one. And it didn't take very much effort to do it. How many of you guys gonna try picking up a phone and fixing it yourself? It's not so bad, right? And it'll damn sure save you a bit of money. Am I still connected? Did I lose everybody? Check, check. 1, 2. Oh, Oh, Calvin with another 800 joules. Hot dog, man. Thank you for that, man. Calvin, an incredible supporter of the channel. Dad's Workshop. If you guys ain't showing him love, man, you need to be doing so, man. It is awesome. I hope that this was useful for you guys. It's not a very long live, but I'm hoping that was something useful for you guys. I mean, it didn't take me very much at all. Plug that thing in, charging away. Easy breezy and beautiful. Oh my goodness. Again, shout out to Cedar Robots. Paul over there, he's got a wonderful channel. I had to go get one of these newsy hats, man. I thought that was just too cool, man. So I had to go get me one. Now that I got this phone, I've got an extra one now. I'll be able to shoot a little more content. How's the new mic sound? You guys liking the sound? Is it sounding okay? Background all right? Noise levels? I think this thing does a reverb. I don't know. I think it's kind of funny. Sharpen my axe one of these days. Hell, I can do that right now. Let's do it. All right. Let me go grab an axe. I have an axe. Let's see how this goes. Now I'll do a lot of it by hand. Most of the files. And we'll worry about the stones later on after the fact. But we'll pretend that sucker's all dinged up. Go to town on it and get it fixed. Grab a couple things. I'm gonna set that right there. I'm dressing a squirrel. I'm sorry, that is the most country thing I ever heard come out of your mouth, Calvin. I'm just gonna dress a squirrel while I'm over here watching you sharpen things. All right, let's get this guy going. Back to the bench. All right, so we've got my axe, which is a very particular axe called a hewing axe. A hewing axe. So if you look, it actually is flat on the side. So what that allows me to do is to use it almost like a hand plane to smooth the edge of a raw piece of timber. Thank you for that. I think it's pretty cool. Got a little bit of a funky handle to it. It's kind of curved a little bit, but hey, what are you gonna do? So the first thing I need to do if I'm gonna fix this fix this axe is I gotta have something to fix. So let's give us something to fix. I guess I need to sharpen my axe, don't I? Now, because this is a hewing axe, it only has a single bevel because I want to maintain the flat on the other side. So in this instance, I'm going to start with the flat and try to take this back down to get rid of, I don't know if you can hear that. I got all kinds of burrs in there now because I hit it with a roofing hammer. Wonder why.
Now I'm going to do this on the pull stroke because this file actually cuts on the pull stroke. And you only want to go with a file in one direction. That's going to eliminate all of your little teeth on the file from getting clogged up with metal shavings. Let's put the demon under there. Yes, sir, it is most definitely rolled now. The good news is when it's this bad, once you get enough practice at it, you can hear where the file is grabbing and where it's not. So you can pretty easily spot those rough areas that you need to dress. Run across there, I don't feel anything anymore. So I think I got this side pretty much dressed out. Now we'll flip over and take care of the bevel. Let's do this. I don't know if you can hear that, but you can hear here and here and there where the file is getting a bite. Calvin again with the jewels. Thank you again, friend. Remember, guys, if you want to support the channel, hit that $ in the bottom corner. You can send me jewels. You can send me a gift. You can send me a super chat. All of those things are going to help me get back on my way and get us back into the content that we used to make in 2025. Thank you again, Calvin and Dad's Workshop. Bless you guys so much. Appreciate you so much for the work, man. Thank you for all of that. Now, what I'm doing here is it's tough to tell because I'm just sitting here flaking along. But because this is a single bevel, that bevel is huge. So I've got the ability to register my file on the bevel and then follow it. Boy, it's going to screw up the algorithm anyway. I titled the live cell phone repair and I'm sharpening an axe. It's all right, though. I ain't mad at it. Calvin being one of my longtime members, I am happy to do so. Y'all hear that cell phone just going off, man? It is all these notifications. It's been off for so long. Just trying to catch up on all the updates and things that are ahead. Now I'm going back to that bevel over here. Because as I sharpen the edge, I push against this side with the file and I create a bit of a curve like so, and it creates a burr on this side. What I want to do is flip it over and then bring it back the other direction. And as I continue to do so, I make it smaller and smaller until it comes right back to a point. Just a couple of small places where the burr's grabbing. Also, your finger is 100 times more reliable than your eye. Your sense of touch is so delicate that we'll be able to feel ocularly, visually imperceivable imperfections there. Like I say, I got one right there. Miss Heather, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for joining. I know the title's deceptive. I was fixing a cell phone. I'm sharpening an axe, but that's okay. Because we're making stuff. And that's what we do. And again, if you like to make stuff, I encourage you to hit that like button, hit the subscribe. Show your support for the channel if you'd like to. If you feel so inclined, if I'm giving you something of value. I'm glad to be back at it, making videos and doing live streams. Oh yeah, that's feeling really nice. Again, big shout out to Calvin. Making it rain on me with the jewels. That's definitely going to come in handy for me to be able to continue to be able to make these videos. Thank you, Heather. Appreciate it. Okay. Now, the farther I get into this, the more dangerous, of course, this edge is getting because it's getting sharp. But I can still trace my finger along very lightly. I can feel I got a burr there and a burr there still. So I'm going to have to keep working that edge back until I've withdrawn that bevel far enough for them to disappear. But it shouldn't take too long. Most people wince at the idea of using a regular hand file. But more times than not, it's the perfect mix of aggressiveness and control that you need to make sure you get everything just the way you want it. A little slower than using a power grinder or a bench grinder, something like that. But it is much more controlled. And when you start getting to this level of sharpness, control is much more important than aggressively tearing after it with it. Okay. Now, remember I talked about that bevel eventually curves in one direction and you get a burr. Well, now I feel the burr on the back side. So I'm going to flip over. We're going to work that burr back the other direction, which is going to remove those loose bits of curved material on the end of the edge and get us that much closer to having that burr gone. I don't know who you are. Stop calling me. Two dudes in the house for 200 jewels. Thank you so much, friend. Again, my members and subscribers are showing up. They're showing out, giving me wonderful support. I cannot thank you guys enough. I know I've been out of the loop for a while. I thank you guys for coming back at it, hanging in there with me. Thank you so much for doing so. Okay, now we're starting to roll an entire, we got a burr almost entirely across this thing. So that's telling me we're getting really close to having our hewing hatchet dressed out. I want you to notice that my filing has gotten a lot lighter now. Now I'm not being aggressive. I don't want to tear into the meat of the blade as much as I just want to scratch that very edge and knock away that burr. Get rid of that curl. And the finer I get this edge, then the lighter I'm going to draw across it with my file. Until eventually, with any luck, I'll get this sucker so tight. I'll get that bevel so defined. This sucker will be sharp enough to cut ties with your ex. Ooh. Now it's just taking a few, maybe a dozen, 15 passes. And I got myself a burr going the other direction. That time it maybe took me 5. A little bit on the very end right there. I mean, the noise cancellation is probably killing it, but I mean, that sucker's biting into the ridges of my fingernail now, or my thumb fingerprint. So we're going to keep going. Just a few passes each side. I see the hearts in the chat. Thank you for the feedback. I love it. Thank you for doing that. Now, as I get more and more defined, you'll see me flipping back and forth more and more often. Till eventually, I'm only making a handful of passes on each side. And then I'm going to start getting to the point where the file, even with a light touch, is getting too aggressive. So I'll have to move over to some stones. Miss Heather sent in 100 joules. What's up? Let's go. Thank you again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's feeling nice. I'm going to try to cut the noise cancellation off here. Tell me, does that sound any different? LFG. Whoa, here they come. With the 100s in the house. Let's go. Big love and shout out to Heather, to Calvin, to Keith at Two Dudes DIY. Thank you guys so much for your support. You don't understand how much it means to know that I haven't let the community down as much as my mind wanted to convince me I did. That you guys are still here. You guys are still eager to learn what I got to give you. Thank you for that. All right. I think we've outgrown the file and gone too far. Let's check our phone. Oh, yeah. That sucker's up to 85%. I think we did the job. If you guys want me to go over this again, I certainly will. Somebody sent me a Facebook message. Oh, nothing important. All right. So now that we've gone past the filing stage, tell me, is there a big difference between this and the noise cancellation I just turned on? How do these things sound? I just picked these up, so they're supposed to be a far sight better from the microphones I had prior. You can, depending on your application, Calvin, if you are going to use it, for example, Lion's Fish Shop does a lot of his detail work on his spoon carving and stuff with his axe. So he keeps a very true edge on it, to his dismay sometimes, because that thing jumps up and bites him, unfortunately. But Calvin in for 100 joules. Let's go. Remember, guys, if you're getting value out of this, please, by all means, click that dollar in the corner. If you want to send a gift, you want to send a super chat, you are more than welcome. Let me know what I can do in order to earn it, and I will certainly do so. Let's get our dressing stone. Do a little work to clean this guy up. This is one of the great benefits of having made this granite worktop, because I know that I can keep everything nice and true. I can put liquids on this thing, they'll wipe right off. paint comes right off, glue scrapes right off. I feel like we did a number there. We're doing all right. A pallet chair. Yes, I'm sitting on a pallet chair doing this. They're actually pretty fun to make. If it's something you're interested in and you want me to make a video about making a pallet chair, I can certainly do that. It's very similar to my benches, Calvin. All I'm doing is just making a single seat instead of the two with the table in the middle. I know you know that. You've been with the channel a long time. Get that schmoo off of there. Now I'm going to leave a little bit of the liquid on the bottom because that's going to let me vapor lock this thing to the stone. Give me just the slightest bit of clamping force to hold that stone still. And then we'll work to dressing this edge even further. Now, I'm going to start with the flat again. What I'm doing is I'm registering the flat edge of the hewing axe against the stone, then maintaining that as I move all the way across. I'm also locking my arms and my torso and moving at the waist. Doesn't have to be fast, doesn't have to be vigorous. Just needs to be consistent. All right, we're getting a bit of a gloss, a little bit of a polish on this side. Now we'll do the same thing very much like we do with a plain blade for the other edge because we've got a single bevel on this axe. Again, locking the arms, locking the shoulders. It is super flat. It's got a concave right here a little bit, and then it comes back out just a hair to accommodate the eyelet for the handle. So I focus most of what I'm going to do by taking the material off this primary. I set a flat plane right here. Ooh, that sucker getting shiny. Oh, and I cut my rag. Yeah, this is getting there. Now to preserve my stones, I'm going to go the other direction. That's going to let me work these two corners as well because most of my stone work was going the other way. Man, oh man, can you see that? That guy's getting there. Ooh, shingity-dingy. Now, for other sharpening applications, I will break out my other stones a lot of times. 1,000, 3,000, 8,000. But for an axe, I actually don't want this to be that razor sharp. I want it to be just a hair dull, and I'll tell you why. That's going to leave this blade a lot more durable because with an axe, you're using a lot more aggressive action in order to get it to work. So having a razor blade edge over here isn't going to do you any good. You're just going to tear it up in the first couple of swings. You'll give yourself a more durable edge that lasts you. Just maybe going to about 300. That should be more than enough. It's very cool. I picked it up at a vintage swap meet. It's from the Midwest. Rob, welcome back, sir. I don't think it's the 1800s. I think it's more maybe Depression era, maybe a little bit more before that. But I can certainly say I'm feeling pretty confident that this was all hand forged. I don't think there were a lot of machines involved in making this guy. Yeah, we're getting a little bladey. Give it a few more swipes, just for good measure. Now that's a wonderful sign. You see what's happening right here? See how I get a puddle of water and then it soaks back in? That's telling me that my blade has such a smooth edge to it that I'm actually squeegeeing the water off this side of the stone and moving it to the other side. So that means I'm getting real close to where I want to be. Ooh. Yeah, I'll get you. See, going this way, I didn't get the puddle because I got a burr on this side now. And as I continue to work, see the puddle starting to form? I don't know if you guys can see that. I certainly can. So much so that the water is now on this end. I'm going to go the other direction. Great sign. Bunch of gray paste on this side. That means I've got a slurry of microscopic metal shavings and water that's adhering to the blade. Let's move this. We'll find us a piece of wood. If you like how sharp it is right now, if we want to go any more with it. Like I said, you don't want a razor's edge on it. You do want a keen one, but it doesn't have to be ready to shave the hair on your arm. Oh yeah, this is just the weight of the axe. And I'm not even holding it at the end. I'm way up here. So it's just the weight of the axe head. That thing's taking shavings. See if we can just plane with it. Somewhat, not quite. That is telling me that is as far as I want to go. If I go any further than that, I'm starting to hit diminishing returns. Meaning, I'll put a keener edge on it, that'd be great, but it's not going to last near as long. Now make it look like the Statue of Liberty. Okay, well, that's what we're doing. I guess we're making the Statue of Liberty. sack board under there. So smack the edge into the stone. Really, Heather? The Statue of Liberty? Calvin, did that help? Did that get you what you need? I hope so. The key in being able to sharpen it is like, it's all about position. If you're up here at your chest and you're trying to do it this way, then you're off kilter from your center of gravity, which is right at your solar plexus and your come on now, diaphragm. And that facilitates you being able to do the whole rocking motion and not even being able to lock your upper body so you get really consistent strokes. Well, now Heather says I got to do the Statue of Liberty, so I better figure out something. This episode of Fake It Till You Make It brought to you by Heather B. And by Keystone Light. Always smooth, even when you're not. Calvin with another 50 joules. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are incredible. For those of you that are still watching, please, by all means, if you feel so compelled to do so. I don't know how many people I got watching still. 32 people in the house. Good to see every one of you guys. I'm glad that you guys are here. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. If I'm doing anything that you find useful, we fixed the cell phone earlier. We got the power port back up. It's fired up, working, good to go. If you're here for the cell phone, let me know. We'll tear it apart and do it again. I don't mind doing that. As long as I'm passing on knowledge and you guys are receiving it, I'll do it 100 times if that's what we got to do. What is brow whittling? I have no idea. I'm going for the Statue of Liberty, though, I believe. That was the request of one of my wonderful members. So we'll give it a go. It's the worst thing that happens. I end up making something that looks ugly. Hell, I'm ugly as it is. Ain't too worried about it. Again, if you like what you see, if you're getting entertainment value out of this at the very least, please consider hitting that $ sign in the bottom corner right next to the chat. If you're on a mobile device, you can send a gift. You can become a member, which is only 10 cents a day, at $3 a month. You can send a super chat to show your support. Or if you have a special request, send a super chat. I'll be happy to oblige it. If you got a super chat along with it, I'll do my best to do what you want. Now, I don't think I'm going to be widowing anything. I might be whittling. Let's get some carving tools out. So going to work. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, thank you. 20 beautiful knowledge-minded souls in here. Thank you guys for being in here. I appreciate you spending your Sunday with me. If you want me to show you how to do something different, if you want me to be doing something different, if you want me to just shut the hell up and carve, well, then you tell me. It's your world. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut to move your butts. Bonus points if you're old enough to understand that reference. We are after the request of member Heather to do the Statue of Liberty. do our best to pull off. I can't remember everything she looks like, but I get the rough idea in my head of what she looks like. Hopefully this is a useful distraction for you to stop worrying about what's going on the damn news. Stop paying attention to what the hell Facebook has to tell you. Stop listening to all of that crap for a change. Take yourself a break. There's no need. You don't have to be invested in it every day. Self-care is okay. Fly, good to see you. Yeah, take a break. There's no need to worry about what the hell the Senate's doing today. It's Sunday. They ain't doing anything. Now, the talking heads on the news are probably talking about a bunch of shit. But I'd love to grab a newscaster just once and say, can't we just have one damn day? Can you not just shut up for 1 minute? We are absolutely clear as a bell. You think the world's going to hell in a handbasket, and that's fine. But it ain't doing it today. All we're doing is just relaxing. A little wood carving. Fixing things. Making things. Nothing wrong with that. I'm making a Statue of Liberty out of a frickin' piece of a 2x4. Who cares? Atta girl, Heather. Perfect. Just a relaxation day. No need to get crazy about it. You can, I promise you, if you want to, you can go right back to raising hell and arguing and stressing out about the news tomorrow. Okay? You're more than welcome to do that. Don't worry about that, Fly. Listen. That's what I was just talking about. And I'm not discouraging you from content creation. That's not what I'm saying. But if you need a minute, your body says need a minute, then take a damn minute. The whole world ain't gonna burn down. Used to be Sundays, be it whether you're religious or not, we could take Sundays and consider them as a moment to reflect, a moment to relax, a moment to let the world go for just a little while, to enjoy peace, to enjoy serenity, to enjoy family, enjoy the ones we love. Sometimes waiting is important. And there's nothing wrong with just waiting for something you don't even know what the hell you're waiting for. But you know, whatever's going on is just not in line. So let everything align. Just take a second, breathe. Just relax. While I'm doing this whittling, I'll talk to you. I'm reading a few books, making me feel a little better, changing my own perspective about life. Probably the most notable, and Fly, who has a wonderful channel. She is a wonderful bibliophile. She is a falconer. She is very, very diverse in her skill set. But we were talking about books during one of her lives. And I think one of them is the let them theory, which I think is something many of us know deep down when it's all said and done, but we don't acknowledge it nearly enough. Of course, Fly, just telling the truth. The let them theory goes into profound detail about keeping a simple tenet in your head. Let them. Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. All right. It's a copyright date on that, Fly. I'll go see if I can look up a copy of it. But the let them theory, the premise is so simple, but it's so overlooked. If somebody wants to be upset at you, let them. Somebody wants to conspire, be dastardly in their deeds, let them. Frickin' let them. Somebody decides they don't like you or things that you believe or things that you have to say, guess what? Let them. The only thing you have in this world that you control is you. All the rest of it has nothing to do with you. A Short History of Everything. I love those everything books when people put them out. The Brief History of Time, The Brief History of the Universe. I loved reading those. They were incredible. How many people I got in here? Damn, I need to figure out how to see. I'm gonna stop being a moron. Scroll this so I can see what the hell's going on. Then I'm not a moron. Minus. It says 11 people watching. Good to see you guys. There's a lot about outer space. It just breaks things down so well. That's why I think I came to the decision in 2026. In 25, I was all about trying to do things that might be original. Oh, cool, Cal. 21. Good to see everybody. Glad you guys are here. I was so fired up about doing things that were original. Go off the beaten path. Put out content that was unique. Yeah, I probably ran a bunch off, but way into it. You know what I think about it? Let them. They don't want to be here? Let them. And I love that Fly mentioned that, talking about Bill Bryson's book. Have there been compilations of history, of human history, of scientific history from the Big Bang on? Sure. There've been a lot of them. But she took a liking to the way Mr. Bryson did it because, in her words, he just breaks things down so well. And that's very attuned with what I need to understand about myself, the content I create. Has somebody shown someone how to make a crosscut sled? Yes. Countless people. People do it all the time. But let them. I might make a video that makes more sense to Fly than any of the rest of them did. I may be able to explain something in a certain perspective that resonates in a way somebody else's video didn't. So who am I, for the sake of novelty and originality, who am I to deny possibly offering that perspective to help somebody understand something they're interested in? He took a liking to a liking. Now, wait a minute. You said a lichen like the sea lichen, not a lichen like a werewolf lichen. Okay. Just clarifying. Make sure we're good. I'll probably go back and download this live, try to cut it into a video about how to fix the cell phone. I think that's something utilitarian a lot of people would want to know how to do. Or they may be able to muster some courage so that they're not afraid to do so. But I have to say, I'm really enjoying. No, Fly, actually, we deviated. Just don't ask him to explain induction again. We started out with fixing a cell phone. This cell phone wouldn't charge, but we ended up pulling it apart, took out the PCB, we fixed the USB-C port, and now we're fired up and it's good to go. Oh no, Calvin's on his rhyme kick. Calvin's spitting bars. He got the mad verse. We're starting to get the place where the arm's at. You know, I'm not certain what's going on with the notification system, and that's okay. If they change the notifications, guess what I'm going to say? Let them. I can't readily undo anything that they're doing. I can't control what YouTube and their algorithm is up to. So let them be what they're being. What I can continue to do is offer content that might be useful. And if it is useful, please, no, I'm not brandishing a knife at you, but maybe I am, but consider hitting the like button. And right down there, if you're on your phone, right next to the chat, there's a $sign. You can show your support to be able to help join, become a member, contribute a super chat, offer a gift. All of those are signs that I am doing the right thing and that what I'm doing is valuable. Van, good to see you, friend. Van, my new friend from hanging out, watching out on other people's channels this morning. Glad you're here, buddy. Van has put out a significant number of videos, I believe over 700 at this point, am I right? And well on his way to being able to share his knowledge with everybody. Really happy to have met him. I'm glad you're here, buddy. All right. So now I'm seeing the base right about here. Calvin with the Sunday. Thank you. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. With them 100 G rules. Thank you very much for showing that support as you always have, buddy. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Dad's Workshop, please go sign up and go take a look at what he's up to, man. He is diverse. He is absolutely a skilled, diverse, knowledgeable man. He's got a lot to offer. You would be remiss to not take advantage of what he has to give you. All right, Heather, I'm working towards Statue of Liberty. I'm going to try to get there. Of course, man. On my channel, like many others, I'd like to think that we've got a really great community. We're very supportive of one another, man, and now you're part of it, dude. You're part of the family. Yeah, she's trapped in there somewhere. I'll get her out, though. Very much so. Yes, Dan. Hello, family. Attaboy. Now you're getting the hang of it. You done found your people, man. I promise, listen. I bet before Fly came over here, she would have thought the last thing she would have been paying attention to was a DIY maker repurposed building channel. But it's so much more than that. Anthazar says, what's the best whittling knife you recommend? So if you're just going to get started, I want to point out this set. This set you can get on Amazon. It's got 5 little push carving tools, 3 knives. I think this ended up costing me like 17 bucks. It really wasn't that bad. The one thing that I'll tell you is when you get them, please, if you don't already have it, get some sandpaper to go along with them, because they come with a very, very slick varnish. And because of that, here's what I'm thinking. You exert a lot of pressure on a blade when you're doing carving, and that could give you the potential to slip. And the last thing somebody that isn't intimately familiar with carving or whittling, the last thing they need is a knife that's slippery in their hands. So you want to take off that finish as soon as you get them and get it refinished with something that gives you a little bit more purchase when you grab a hold of it. But other than that, these things have served me well. I've carved mostly softwoods with them. I'm not really big into carving on hardwoods just yet, but this has been more than adequate for me to start getting my feet under me and start understanding what I'm doing. I hope that helps, Anthazar. Sure thing, man. And then, of course, all the basics for safety. You know, always carve away from you. Because if I'm going to slip, I want to slip that way, not back into my guts. Start practicing on soft woods. And give yourself room to experiment. I mean, without any prior notice, I was told to make the Statue of Liberty today. Do I have any idea if I'm going to be able to make the Statue of Liberty? Hell no, I ain't got a clue. But I grabbed a piece of cheap wood and I'll try. Because before I started, this was just a little chunk of wood that wasn't good for anything. And if I mess it up, well, then I got a chunk of wood that ain't good for anything. So I didn't lose nothing. Hell with it, let's go. The only thing I could gain from doing this is knowledge. And I don't have anything to lose from it. Calvin's talking about the electric leash he's on. Well, it wouldn't be so bad if she put the double A's in it. If she stopped putting the 18650s in it, then it probably wouldn't hit you so hard. Yes, that's where the batteries from your cordless drill went. Absolutely. Move the blade away from your body. All the time. Always away. Now, see, Heather, if he likes it, I mean, that's maybe branching into territory I don't know if I want to discuss in the middle of a live. I mean, that's kind of private, you know. I mean, I ain't mad at you, Calvin. I'm just saying. If you dig it, you dig it. Different strokes for different folks. Okay. So if this is the statue, there's the arm going up. I guess this would be where her face is. Yeah. There's the book. Is the book on this side or is the book on this side? Shit, let me think. Okay, she's holding her hand up this way. She's got the book on the other side, so it'd be over here. All right. Calvin, now that you said that, you have no idea why why is that song stuck in my head now? I am a man in a box. Shove my nose in shit. Let's say that out loud. Won't you come and save me? Watching me on 3 phones. Holy hell. I don't know if I can say I see it clearly. I can just, the farther I go, I can see the blob of what it is. And the farther I cut in, then the more I realize, okay, I need to stop because I'm thinking of the material that is not part of the Statue of Liberty. For example, we know this is clearly too big a diameter. I mean, the torch is not the same size as her entire body. So we can still take more of this off. So I'll continue to follow that as a guiding star until I start getting closer and closer to what looks like it's dimensionally appropriate. And then the weird thing is you got to kind of spin it 360 in your head. So we know that from this angle, she's holding her arm kind of forward just a hair. So her head's going to be kind of like here. And then her body will come out like so. Her book will be over here somewhere in this area, you know? Like, the more you take off, the more it begins to materialize. I know that it's so tough to be able to explain it, but what you're looking for, like, for example, I know a lot of this material right here needs to go because this will be the top of her head and then her arm will come up like so. So I know that there's still a lot that I can get done, and that'll just drive where I carve next. Know what I ought to do. I know what I ought to do. Give me just a second. I know exactly what I ought to do. 2 seconds. Let's get some musica going. And we're not so. I don't feel so incumbent to continue just rattling my jaws. And now I'm talking to myself because I need to mute myself. There we go. All right. Give me just a second here. I'll have us taken care of. You think so, IRAP? I don't know. I've been sitting on it a while. I'm feeling pretty good. Y'all hear that music okay? How about now? Yeah, I just slapped it together out of some pallet wood. Nothing crazy. Nice. Thanks, Fly. Oh yeah, we're getting there. So now, her head's right here, the back of her head's kind of right there. And we'll get her arm going up like so. So that means we can really dig in because we're going for a right arm, not her left. Very nice. You guys let me know, is that too loud, too quiet? Turn the music down, turn it up. Whatever y'all feel like. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. Okay. Let's go. Goodness gracious. "16 beautiful souls in here that I see hanging out. Thank you for you guys for hanging out with me. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday. Michael Elmore, good to see you, friend. Welcome in, welcome in. I hope your day is cooler than the other side of the pillow, buddy. 22, good night. That's what I'm talking about. Well, thank each and every one of y'all for being here. Kemoy with the high five. What's up, man? Jeff Giddings says, what you making? I am going after the Statue of Liberty. I don't know how well I'm going to get there, but I'm a damn sure try. Because the only way I'm guaranteed to fail is if I never do it. So why the hell not? Hey, that's a good analog. Thank you for putting that emoji up there. Now I realize our arm needs to be longer. Oh. Thank you once again if you guys enjoyed this. Or you enjoy just laying back on a Sunday, cranking a little tunes, hanging out, shooting the breeze with somebody. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Show your support. Kemoy did it. Dropped 100 joules in there. His arm. Like I'm going to get lectured on the Statue of Liberty by some Brit. You better calm down, Rob. It's Lady Liberty, sir. It's not my fault that she ain't got no tatas. Big Mike and Silent VR, how you doing, man? I'm making a Statue of Liberty replica. As one of my members has asked, Jeff says Lucifer. No, Lucifer's right here. I don't know if I'm making Lucifer anymore. Lucifer's already, he's already hanging out over there. Oh, Rob, going to start off with that UK nonsense. He's going to start talking bash about us now. I see where you're going, bud. Make a note to myself. Ban Rob from the channel. Got it. Calvin with a 100. What's up, brother? Thank you again. Thank you so much for all the support. If you guys want to, please, you can join Calvin. You can click right down there in the bottom, right next to the chat. You can hit the $sign. You can give a gift. You can contribute a super chat. Or consider becoming a member. It's only $2.99 a month. The jewels are a gift that translates over into a bit of revenue, Fly. They're pretty nice. And I am thankful that Calvin's just bombing it over there. Look at here comes the combo. Look, he made me poke myself. Hasta la sangre. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué necesito sangre? Calvin! Blowing up the whole chat. Look at that combo coming in. 25, 30. Holy moly. Thank you so much, man. Look, I'm happy. I'll bleed for that. That's worth it. All right, let's get down more into the body. Plus, you can't tell if the Statue of Liberty has tatas anyway, because she's got a big-ass robe on. You don't know. You ain't looked up her robe. Now, she might be trans. We don't know. But you know why that don't matter? Because freedom. She wants to dress like a lady, stand in the harbor and hold up a torch all day, and then that's her business. Caleb, what's up, my friend? Woodchucker, another one. Long time subscriber to the channel. Thank you for being in here, Caleb. I appreciate you, buddy. I'm glad to see the community is joining in and having a good time hanging out. All right. If it keeps going, I might actually go look for a picture before I go messing this up too much. But I do know it's not a he, Rob. It's not a tumor. The hell's the matter with you? Caleb, get his ass. He says that the Statue of Liberty is a boy. Calvin in with a 6-7. Oh shit, I'm gonna make the trolls get on it now. Here comes the 6-7s. Yep, here they come. Big Mike with the 6-7. Click that $ button next to the chat, hit a super chat, and you can say 6-7 as many times as you want, Big Mike. How about that? This is Lucifer. This is Statue of Liberty. We got a difference. Here comes that 100 again. Holy hell. Big Mike says he's broke. Subscribe to the channel, look at some of my videos, and I'll show you ways not to be broke. I got all kinds of projects, all kinds of things that you can do that will flip, make money, that don't cost you anything to do, except a little time. It's kind of a big hallmark of my channel there, boss. So if you're dead broke, you're in the right place. Make sure you sub. The things I've done, I tell you, I can't even begin to count how many times I've been able to pay the bills because I was able to come out here and do the things that I show you guys. Nah. I don't know about DoorDash. Don't get me wrong, it's a fundamental service. I'm sure people enjoy it. I have DoorDashed twice now myself. Only recently. It might involve stealing some tree branches from the neighbor or picking something out of the trash. It might. But I'll say it this way. If you saw a $100 bill in the dumpster when you went to throw the trash, would you get the $100 bill out? Or would you leave it there? When I go to the dumpster and I see a discarded piece of wood or a broken piece of electronics, I don't see something busted in the trash. I see $20, $50, $100. Oh, look, somebody threw away 12 2x4s. That's the thing, Van. Any dumpster, any of them. Any of them will do. If I hear somebody tell me that they're moving and they've got a dresser they need to get out of the way, I hear money. I hear tool chest. I hear shop storage. Peel this jacket off. It's getting hot. The power of ingenuity and craftsmanship, like Ron. In Ron we trust. Pay attention to what that man will show you, and he will change you from boy to man, from man to gladiator, and from gladiator to Swanson. So yes, bring me the stuff you find in the trash. I will make money out of it. I don't think you heard what I said. Bring me all of the things you find in the trash. No, Rob, it's a show in America called Parks and Recreation. With the man, Ron Swanson. When you get a chance, Rob, just look up Best of Ron Swanson. That'll do it. It's only hoarding if you pick it up and then you don't do a damn thing with it. My shop is a mess, but I'll show you what I mean. Hoarding. Check this out. My shop is chock full of tools, goodies, parts, equipment, table saw, drill press, anything I need, bandsaw, dust collection. You know how much any of that cost me? Hey, I think we're back. Sorry about that, y'all. Apologies. I zigged when I should have zagged. I hit the wrong damn button. My fault. It's okay, though. I keep getting an alert, and I go up and I mess with it.
Oh, I went back to the app and Fly, what it did was it asked me if I wanted to continue the stream that I already had going on because you guys were such amazing people staying engaged in the chat. You guys stuck around and it let me jump right back in and continue. Who's teabagging who? Oh, it's teabagging Lady Limerick? Well, maybe. Is that where it froze up at? Yeah, as long as you guys stay engaged in the chat, then, and I can quickly get back in quick enough, then I'll be able to reconnect and everything's fine. All right. Hey, now getting it. Okay. So now we're getting it apart. Well, we got to start getting a little more defined with what we're doing. I don't like the sound of that saying teabag. You got owned in a lot of video games when you were a kid, didn't you? All right. Now we can start working our way up here, figuring out the torch. "24 beautiful souls in here. Thank you guys for showing up and appreciate you being here. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Mike. I make stuff. I fix the cell phone. I sharpen an axe. And now we're making the Statue of Liberty because my member said so. And if you want to have a say so in what I'm doing, then you can certainly become a member and join right in. I try to offer at least weekly content, whether it be a live stream or long form video, to show you guys how to do something that you can learn. Oh, hold on. Caleb, he's got a question, but Calvin is bombing the 100s. Watch out now. Y'all watch your heads. Don't get hit by 100. With a 10-100 combo, does that mean 1,000? Is that how we do that? Not entirely certain. Farmer Alex says hello. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. They certainly are. They certainly are, but every little bit helps. And as I continue to pursue the greatness of passing on the meager things I've been able to learn through the years, I hope that you will continue to join me, one and all, and show your support. Every bit of it is most certainly appreciated. Is it possible to show us how to extract metals, copper, gold out of computer boards and cell phones? Yeah, certainly we can do that. You mean right now? I don't know if I've got the chemicals to do it, but we can certainly do so. Yeah, like soaking PCBs, RAM chips, computer boards, in some admittedly pretty caustic stuff. Hydrochloric acid, citric acid, aqua regia. That'll let you dissolve the plastics, the softer alloy or the harder alloys, the ferrous alloys, all the other materials into a suspension, leaving behind the noble metals like gold, silver, platinum, copper, of course. You get a very rudimentary pull off of acetone and vinegar. But I think, in my humble opinion, you don't get enough yield for the amount of caustic material that you end up creating mixing acetone and vinegar. You could get a lot better yield if you went another way, like I said, like aqua regia, sorbic acid, hydrochloric, sulfuric acid. I think Ethernet cables are mostly copper. I think they have a little bit of molybdenum in it, but most of it is copper. Yep. And I've done all kinds of zany little experiments. I'm trying to see if I've got some laying out here on the bench. Yeah, good quality speaker cables, the high dollar ones. Yeah, they'll have gold in them. I think that I've held a respect for gold, and I understand its value in having it as a precious commodity. But for utilitarian purposes, I actually swing more toward copper, because I can usually accomplish what I'm trying to get done in a more utilitarian fashion using copper, because it holds all the properties that I'd be interested in it for, meaning that it's electrically conductive, it's non-ferrous, it's non-magnetic until you apply an electrical charge and you create an electrical magnet with it. But you get what I mean. Put the bug in here, can't wait to see it. Okay, I'll do what I can. But right now I'm trying to focus on getting the tip of the flame on this freaking torch. Before I pop off, I want to say something. Hold on. What kind of knife is this? This is one of the 3 carving knives that came out of that $20 Amazon wood carving set, along with 5 of these push chisel style knives. They work really well. If you're interested in getting some, I would certainly consider it. But as I spoke to earlier, be ready and have some sandpaper when you get them, or some kind of abrasive, because they are covered with this really slick lacquer. And if you're a novice wood carver, I do not expect that I don't expect that you should be handling a slippery knife in a novice hand. What kind of wood? I believe that this is Doug fir. Calvin, once again, for the jewels. Again, thank you so much for that, man. Much love to you. If any of the rest of you want to show your support, by all means, right down there in the bottom, if you click right next to the chat, there's a $sign. You can become a member for $2.99 a month. Show your support that way. You can contribute a gift or a super chat. entirely up to you. Anything that you do is greatly appreciated, and I certainly love you in advance for doing so. I think we're just about got the tip of the flame. I know that's silly, but we just about got the tip of the flame carved out. Absolutely, Caleb. Could not say more. Rob says, I bought a lovely Maroc knife a couple of weeks after buying one of the ones you have there. Yeah, I'm 100% certain there are 100% more high dollar knife sets, but this is a great starter set. This is great for you to dip your toes in. Just like Rob was talking about, buy a cheaper one first just to make sure you don't suck at it or it's something you don't like doing. If it's just latent interest and you only invest $15, $20 in it, find out you don't like it, well, then it is what it is. Okay, now I need to go concave to make the bottom of the flame. So I'm going to start working a circle. Cedar! What's up, brother man? An homage to my man Paul at Cedar Grow Box. You're going to love this, man. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Banging, right? Let's go. Cedar is the inspiration. I had to get me one of them newsy hats, man. I was on it. Cedar Grow Box, phenomenal channel as well. Longtime supporter of Mike is making stuff. Wonderful, wonderful craftsman. Great guy. A lovely kid. You would not be making a bad choice to go subscribe to him either. What I'm doing is I'm making V cuts to try to make a dickhead. No, I'm kidding. To make the flame that will be on Lady Liberty's torch. Keith is back. Good to see you, friend. Oh, yeah, we got 13 people in here now. We're doing good. Let's see if we can test the algorithm. You guys spam that emoji thing in the corner over there with the hearts and the 100 and the celebration and all the rest of that mess. I think the more times we do that, the more likely this feed ends up in other people's For You. I think it shows YouTube that people are enjoying what they're looking at. They're engaged. They're having a good time. 13 beautiful music loving souls. Absolutely. That's what Scotty Butters would say. Another great channel. I love Scotty. Scotty and Mood are incredible. They're also supporters of the channel as well. And I think he's going up to he's almost at 20K subs now. He's really killing it. Yes, the Gator Monster says sharing it out helps too. Please do. Any amount of support that you guys provide, if you find what I'm doing useful, beneficial, or unit entertaining, I will take it all day long. And I will be thankful for it. Big Mike is back. Calvin spamming them jewels again. Let's go. Calvin is an incredible supporter of the channel over at Dad's Workshop, as is Cedar Girl Box and many of the others in here. If you'd like to become a supporter as well, all you got to do is click right down there in the bottom, right next to the chat. There's a $sign. You can have several options there. You can send a gift. You can become a member. You can send a super chat, which will cumulatively be deposited to your favorite creator each month toward the end of the month. I see 2 dudes in there throwing the gifts too. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. All right. We've done pretty well here. Let's see if I can make the terrace. Now, I don't know how accurate this replica is going to be of the Statue of Liberty, but I'm going to do my best. But I'm doing it from memory. As much as you'd like to think, I've got a picture of Statue of Liberty over here somewhere. I don't. I am trying to be as honest and legitimate as I can. I won't sit here and try to cheat. I'm going to try to stay faithful to the intent here, which is to carve the Statue of Liberty out. Keith, thank you for subbing the Gator. Caleb, you're great, dude. Are you kidding? Phenomenal. Soldiers in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Whittling, talking. We finished fixing the cell phone. How many of you guys were here to see the cell phone? Want to see me do it again? I got no problem doing that. No problem at all. If you're here to figure out how to fix your cell phone, you let me know and I'll walk through it again. Caleb, that reminds me of the book I read last week. If they don't like it, let them. Let them not like it. Matter of fact, Soldier, Jim, said he was very interested in seeing the cell phone, so let's do it. We'll come back to the Statue of Liberty here in just a little bit. Thunder Gouge, good to see you. It went phenomenal, but we'll walk through it just so we know. Oh, no. I'm sorry about that. Rick, good to see you, buddy. Blessings to you too, friend. So let's double back. We'll come back to the cell phone. The problem that we had was that the cell phone wouldn't charge. This charger port wouldn't accept a charge at all. So we'll go through it one more time just to see. I bought this little kit. It cost me about $10. Calvin spamming it again. Thank you again for the support. I cannot thank you enough, man. Let's get back in here. We'll tear into the cell phone again. All right, Caleb, thank you for stopping in, friend. I'm glad you were here. All right. You're absolutely right, Rob, but we didn't have to do that. I'll show you what we ended up doing. I ordered this kit. It was like $10. I'll put it in the description after the fact when I make the long form video. But let's talk about how to get into this thing. As you can see, it's not one of those with a removable back. Well, an easily removable back, like the slide, take the thing off, get to the battery. But we don't need that because we have this little port right here. That's where your SIM card and your micro SD card goes. And why that's so important, let's shut this guy down. And we'll power it off. Caleb in the house with a $2 super chat. Let's go. Thank you, friend. All right. Now let's pull out the SD and the SIM card. Now, the reason we did that is because that leaves us this little tab of plastic right here. And that's really thin. So that can be bent. And with the ability to bend that, then I can use my guitar pick from that kit, get right in between the screen and the back, and just work that guy loose. Just like that. Keep riding it around the edge. This is such a pain because it's powering on every time I hit the power button now. When I first did it, it was dead. It wouldn't power up. It's all right. No big deal. We're going to pretend like it won't power up. Now we'll power that guy back off. All right. Now we want to be careful because we got our volume and our power button over here. And as you see, we've also got a ribbon cable in here because that's where our biometric is. It's attached to the power button. So that's what we're left with. Again, to walk through there, we know that clearly we don't need to be a cell phone tech to understand this is the guts where the phone operates. That's the battery. And this only has two things connected to it. We've got a speaker, we've got a USB port, and we've got our aux cable to plug in. So we can clearly tell that this is where we need to be. We've got a series of screws right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go ahead and pop those out. See what we end up underneath it. Calvin back again with the jewels. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you in advance for anybody considering being a member. I cannot tell you how much it means to me to be able to do this and get support from you guys. I love all of you. Thank you so much. Jim, you watching? I hope so. We're just taking our micro screwdriver, popping all of these out. I'm putting them in the case because that makes it quite easy for me to keep track of where it's all at. Calvin did have a good suggestion. Maybe a magnetic dish would be good for this, but thankfully, this seems like a good enough receptacle for me to hold on to all my small parts. All right. So now we got our screws removed. This is just a cover that we need to remove and get out of the way. Last phone I could work on was maybe my Nokia. Don't feel bad, buddy. Nokia was the last time we had a phone we didn't need to work on every other day. And what I'm using is a pry tool out of the toolkit to just try to register, get the purchase under there, get a bite where I can take some of this loose, get to the board underneath as it sort of snaps into place. There we go. 50 likes. Let's go. All right. So let's take a look at what we got here. As we can see, right here, we got a ribbon cable coming down. We got 2 power leads right here. Those are really simple. They just snap loose, which we'll do with the pry tool. Just like so. Snap that ribbon loose. Then we've got 1 screw left that I see right there. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing okay. And just like that, I have the component that was the offending problem. Now, I went ahead and ordered one of these. I didn't need it. It's only like $9 to get a replacement one of these. But it turns out that what had happened as it was getting plugged in again and again, what would happen is it'd get plugged in and it'd go at an angle, or it would bend, or you'd yank on the phone or something. And what it did was it wallowed out this port. So all I had to do, quite literally, was to reshape this port so that it was back in shape and would seat the USB without issues. To put the new, replace it, no matter of reversing the process. Set this back in. These snap back onto the board, very much like old pearl snaps on a Western shirt. But first, we're going to fix the board in place so it doesn't move around on us. And she's back. So now, choose our tweezers, retrace our cables back where they originally were. Snap that guy back on. Snap this other lead terminal back on. Yeah, the music is killing me, man. Welcome back to Mike's Tavern. Hello, traveler. All right. And we're back in. Now, let's replace our cover, which just snaps back down into place. That's some bad hat, Harry. I did indeed. I did, Calvin. I told him the hat was badass. I was going to give you one. Now it's just a simple matter of reversing the process. One of the things that is imperative to know about this is that if you're used to running a power drill, building furniture, carpentry, trade work, I will freely admit it didn't happen on this device, but it is so easy for somebody to torque so hard on this thing as they're putting these screws back in that you cross-threaded it and you didn't even realize you did. Because the pressure required to drive the screw is so light, you didn't even notice you cross-threaded it when you drove the damn thing. Then all I'm doing, again, Jim, is just reversing the process. If I had to have changed that board out, that would have been fine. The replacement board I got was a whole $9.20 on Amazon. And with that simple part, I'd have this whole phone working again. Which I like the idea of that a hell of a lot more than I like you running down to the cell phone repair shop and paying them $125 to put another port in it. When you could have just as easily done it your own self. Phone's back together. Put our tray. Add our SIM card back. Add our USB micro SD back. Let's check our charger. And just like that, we're charging again. Easy and breezy. Don't let the fact that it's a cell phone or some garbage, don't let that intimidate you. You know? It's just smaller. It's just electronics. It's just smaller. This will help a ton. But if your phone is in a pickle and it won't charge, maybe that will help you get yourself by and get it running again. It's Can you hear me now? Are we good now? Yes? Check. Check, check. Test, test. 1, 2, 3. This says that it can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Are we good? Okay, perfect. It's through the phone mic. Well, hold on. All right, check, check, check a 1, 2. Dude. There's Nikki New. How are you, love? Good to see you. All right, let's get all this put back together. Came on and went off again. Well, I don't know what the hell I got to do. I'll part with it here in a little bit. All right, but as long as you guys can hear me, I guess that's the fundamental thing that's important. We'll put all this stuff back in the box. I will use that other phone I just fixed
to pull up my Amazon account and try to show you guys this kit so you know what you're looking for. Let that phone start up. All right. Carmen English says yes. See, let me change the chat. I think I'm only seeing I need to change to all chat. There we go. Nikki, I'll have to go take a look at it. To be honest, I haven't taken a look because I was too busy fighting with this stupid phone. All right, let me get over here and get to my orders. And I will specifically pull up this set so you guys can know what to look for. Search for screwdriver. They don't call it a cell phone repair kit. I don't think they can. So they have to call it like a precision screwdriver. Here we go. Screenshot that if you will. That is exactly the toolkit that I ordered. As you can see, it cost me like 10 bucks. $10.36. And it gives you everything you need to be able to fix your phone. Except the spare parts, of course. As you can see, I bet somebody can figure out real quick how they could probably make a couple bucks. Oh, thank you, Carmen. Appreciate you. I bet all of you guys can see clearly how useful it will be. So maybe get one of these kits. Somebody ends up telling you that they got a cell phone, but it won't charge anymore. Well, if you don't want it, then just give it to me. You know, I could go in there and, you know, you replace the board, drop 10 bucks. Hell, for all you know, you can go sell somebody a phone for $100. There's still a lot you can do with that. Hopefully that's useful. Hopefully you guys dig it. Thank you, Rob. Says the mic's fixed. Perfect. That's what I needed. Goodness gracious. So let's get this thing back in its case. Triple J in the house. Another long-time subscriber, member of the channel. I really appreciate you. Good to see you, man. I am doing well. We got done fixing the cell phone. We got it fired up, ready to go. We got all our apps. It's all running like it's supposed to, including the Mike is Making Stuff app. Yeah, that's a thing. We have a Mike is Making Stuff app. Give it a minute and let it load up. As you can see, it's got a full archive, all my old videos. We've got resources, blog posts. Places for my home, my live, my shorts. Not those shorts, my video shorts.
We have a resources page here where we'll be putting up plans, DIY step-by-steps for over 150 different disciplines. Everything you can think of, from woodworking, metalworking, electronics like we did today, 3D printing, programming CNCs, learning G-code, everything you can imagine. We're going to have compiled there as a single resource for you to be able to learn anything. You want to learn how to do Indian macrame, it's going to be on there. We've got everything. Thanks, Heather. Appreciate it. Again, all of that's available. The resource page is open at the moment, but we're going to be moving it to members only. So if you consider being a member or you consider showing some support to the channel, please, by all means, write down in the chat, right next to the chat, it's a $. You can hit us with a super chat. You can hit us with a gift. You can join for $2.99 a month. I know it's been a while since I've been on, but I'm definitely going to get back in the swing of it, and I can't wait for you guys to join me. I'm going to have plenty for you. Geez, what all did we do today? We fixed the cell phone twice. We started carving the Statue of Liberty, which is getting there, but we got a ways to go. We sharpened the hatchet, which came out amazing. And then I moved it over there. We got ourselves a nice, good, keen edge on our hatchet now. This sucker is ready to... I mean, it is incredibly sharp now. And, well, right now, we were carving the Statue of Liberty, but we just got done fixing the phone and sharpening us a hewing hatchet. Thank you for showing up, New World Carpentry. Good to see you, man. And I need to move this freaking mic somewhere else. You know what? I think I can hide it. Thank you for subscribing to New World, Keith. I appreciate that, man. We are all a big family here. If you guys need or you guys want to become part of the channel, you want to become part of the family, you're certainly able to do so. Love all of you guys so much. Yes, I feel like I'm doing a whole lot better. I really am, Rob. New resolve, man. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling optimistic about things. I'm ready to fire it up. David, Old Guy Hustle, what's up, man? You want to see inspiration? Go check out Old Guy Hustle. This man is 2 miles every day, tearing it up, man. Where are you at? You got to be at 200 miles now, ain't you? You've been doing it for at least, hell, 100 days. I mean, it's been a while, hasn't it? I don't even know how long you've been, Dave. I know last time I was able to jump in there, I catch Dave on his morning walk every day on my way into work on weekdays. And hell, last time I remember just keenly, it was like at 174 miles you'd walked or something like that. 3 miles a day. Hot damn, let's go, Dave. Get it, buddy. Love that for you, man. All right, what else did we get? Caleb wants me to start working on tearing down circuit boards to get the precious metals out of them. Gold, the silver, the copper. I can start looking into getting the chemicals for that. 396 damn miles. Holy hell. Shout outs to him. Give me the celebrations in the chat, man. That's big love for this dude, man. Let's go. I love that for you, dude. 396 miles, man. Rain, snow, sleet, hail, doesn't matter, man. He's killing it. Every day he's out there tearing it up. Mike, you understand? This man is out there, dude. Rain, snow, you don't give a shit, dude. He's gone. Let's go. You know? He's tearing it up. And don't slouch on Mike at Triple J Solutions either. That man puts in a hell of a lot of work himself, man. He's a hell of a lot tougher than I am, that's for sure. Got a grueling job during the day. If you guys go watch his videos, you'll see just how hard he puts his ass to get his stuff done. And then he's building a shop on top of that after the fact. So he's doing it, man. Everybody in here has an amazing channel and a lot to offer. So please don't slouch on any of them, man. Run around, go subscribe to everybody. Do what you're going to do, man. Newell said I stopped using my exercise bike because it was too damn cold. You sound about like me. Damn nation. This has been a lot of fun. I am so glad that I got that damn cell phone working again. Now I'm going to have an extra. I'll probably set this off as a backup. Probably use it as another camera in order to shoot my videos. I really expected this to be an hour or two, but I think, hell, how long have I been streaming now? My God, hold on, let me look. Hell, I've been at it. Oh, good God, I don't even know. An hour already. I will do my best to try to put out another video, a long form for this week. But if I don't, please forgive me. I was in here. I was having a hell of a lot of fun. I mean, this has been great. I've been having a hell of a good time. I've really enjoyed it. There's Fly. Welcome back. Good to see you, dear. Appreciate it. Eat and then stream. Yeah, I'm gonna do my best to get a video out as well. I may not get there, but I've had a hell of a lot of fun being able to do this live, man. It's been cool as shit. And to all of the people, I mean, Calvin with 1,900 gifts throwing in with the 100s and all that, man, that is 1,900 gems. That's incredible. And the $1.99 that came out of Calvin or from Caleb Woodchucker. Love you guys so much. You guys don't know what it means. It's gonna, as I continue to jump back into this, man, your support's gonna mean everything. And it's going to help me be able to pull this shit together and start delivering some hardcore content to you guys, man. So give it up to them. Seriously. Soldier in there for 200 jewels. Damn, thank you. Thank you, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Triple J, I got it whether I don't or not. Whether I do or not, I'm going to get it. That's how it's going to work. I think my next video... Again, I was really thinking a lot. I did a lot of introspection after 2025 and everything that ended up happening to me. And I thought about it. And I was being a little bit of a jerk to myself where I was trying to think, oh, I need to make something that's new and fresh and different than what everybody else does. But then fly on education. You don't know what kind of thing you did to change my perspective. She unknowingly, she was mentioning that she loved watching a video from another person or a book that somebody had wrote. And one simple comment that she made, I love the way he broke it down. That was such a damn paradigm shift for me. Cut that music down a little bit. That was such a paradigm shift for me to make me think, yeah, people have made videos about making a crosscut sled or how to check square, how to operate a drill press. Plenty of people have done shitloads of videos about that. But I may say it in a way or I may show it in a way that makes it click for someone where nobody else's does. I may offer a perspective that may be just different enough that it helps somebody else. So all of those times when I would kick ideas out the back door because they weren't original enough, well, shit, no, I'm done with that. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make all the videos I can make. And if they don't do well, they don't do well. But there may be the chance that there's that person that absolutely catches it from the perspective that I offer. Jorge, I don't think it's an LGBT community, but I mean, none of us are hating on it. I mean, everybody's welcome, man. We're makers. So whatever you feel like, man, you be happy, whatever it is, man. I'll put it this way. This is the most country way I can say it, Jorge. You can be gay if you want to. I ain't got to date you. So, I mean, none of my damn business. You're good, dude. You know what? I'm going to show you guys. I did another one, and I didn't get to show you guys. Hold on just a second. Let me go grab that sucker. Do. I took these chunks of steel out of this guy, and I just cut out, and I made, lo and behold, what has turned into be my new favorite kitchen knife. This is a hell of a lot of fun. It is incredibly thick, so you got a lot of purchase when you're cutting. It's got the right rocker angle, so that as you're cutting, you can roll with it and it stays consistent. It is a damn nice knife. And in the beginning, like I think Fly was talking about, the ones that you intend to be good aren't the ones that are usually good. I was just farting around making a knife, and it turns out that I like this. It's probably one of my favorite knives I've made. And now it's getting heavy use in the kitchen. It is a wonderful companion to a beautiful cutting board that was a gift from Triple J. Them two have been putting in work, this knife and that cutting board, I promise you. At the end of the day, this is the kind of stuff. Show the camera. All right. It's full tang, runs all the way through. It's not small, so I'll try to put both hands behind it. It is most certainly very nice. And it is, I mean, that sucker's stout. I mean, it is, there's no flex to it like this. Now, hold on, let me go say, ask me tomorrow, Jim, when they're next to the laptop. Let me go find it. Hold on a minute, Rob. Like I figured out how to record podcasts now. I think so. If you want to come on and do an interview and drop an email, absolutely. Hell yeah, I'll do that, man. Absolutely, 100%, dude. Those of you that don't know about Rob and Depression Talks, man, he's got a great channel. He's a wonderful maker. He does incredible stuff. Plus, he gets you all up in your headspace, man. He gets you thinking, and he gets you reflecting on stuff in a way that a lot of folks won't have the courage to do. And I have to readily admit that I was in a headspace that wasn't so hot for a while there. And along with many other people, Rob was instrumental in helping me orchestrate, get my ass back online. And I can't thank him enough for it. There's so many people out front and behind the scenes that jumped in and just, they had me took care of, man. In ways that are seen and unseen. Where I was down and didn't know how to way to solve the problem, and somebody would solve it with me. where I had a bad frame of mind or a bad perspective, and I'd get challenged on it. You know? Are you sure it's the way you look? You know? I know you've got this frame of mind about what's happening lately, but are you really sure that's what it is? Dan's Homestead has sent a bronze medal for 50 joules. Good man. Thank you so much for the support, buddy. New World, thank you for coming in, man. I'm so glad you were in, man. No, you know, Rob, I think she may be right. I combine what she says with that book that I read, The Let Them Theory. And this is country as hell, but it's the best way to say it. There are assholes in this world. There are assholes who will be assholes just for the sake of being assholes. Because it may do something beneficial for them, even if it just makes them feel superior over somebody. Let them. Let them. Fuck them. They can be whoever the hell they want to be. Because at the end of the day, that same rule goes for you. You can be whoever the hell you want to be too. You can be the person who lets them get in your head and screw you all up. Or you can be the guy that says, I don't give a rat's ass what you got to say. I'm going to be good. Now, shit, I'm going to shine no matter how many fucking blankets you throw on top of me. Yes. Yes. Mike Dan's Homestead in there for another man set of 50 joules, man. I love that so much, man. There you go, Jim. And you know, I figured out that, and I'm going to talk in a way that's kind of alluding to what happened to me in the past, but I don't want to get sappy about it. I realized that I attached so much of my identity to what I was doing then that I forgot that there was a whole ass identity that was mine, and I should have been doing that instead. And I'm turning back into me. And be honest, I'm fucking liking it. I missed me. Shit, I'm the coolest damn guy I know. You don't believe me? Ask me, I'll tell you. The biggest love any of us have is loving ourselves. And when you forget how to fucking love yourself, you're in some shit. And you're going to need a hell of a lot of people to help you get out of it. You're going to need some perspectives to show you. Somebody's going to have to pop out and say some shit like, why do you think that about yourself? Who the hell convinced you of that? Probably the biggest slap that I got. I won't talk about who said it. Who gave that other person permission to decide whether or not you're happy? When did it become their choice to decide whether or not you're happy? Ain't nobody's damn business. Plywood said it's just fine. Damn right, Tom. Thank you. He said it was just fine for me to be happy. So y'all that want me, all y'all that want to see me sad, kiss my ass. Tom said, okay. So you can take that and ram it. I'm going to sit here and whittle a little bit more while I talk to y'all. I ain't going to do it with my big knife because damn. Dan's Home says, damn right. Now, Soldier, I'll tell you, Jim, it's taken me a while to reconcile what the Army did to me, or more importantly, what I did while I was in. But I think that's another big part of what's happened in the last few months is I had to forgive myself for that shit. I could look at myself in the lowest common denominator and call myself a monster. And I did monstrous things. I'm not going to lie. But I did monstrous things because I was in a monstrous place. Yes, sir. Absolutely, Mike. I've been killing it out here. If I do say so myself, I've been trying like hell. And it's coming together. Yeah, so don't let that shit bug you, Jim. We did what we had to do. That's all there was to it. And the messed up part is only somebody who's been in will understand what I mean by this. You will look back and you will say things like, but I enjoyed it. There was a time when I was having fun doing it. That I liked being the monster. And that's valid, bro. That is absolutely valid. When you talk to people that are in jobs that involve a lot of tragedy, right? They have to reconcile that in their minds. They have to come to terms with it and they have to cope. That's why you see policemen, dispatchers, EMTs, doctors. They have some of the darkest humor that you ever see out of anybody. Because all of them and their compatriots, they all understand that sometimes you just got to fucking laugh at it. There's nothing else you can do or else you just go fucking crazy. We did. Hot damn. We did have a hell of a good time, Mike. But don't pressure Mike to do all that. Mike's got a hell of a lot on his plate right now. I mean, he's kicking ass over there at Dan's homestead. They're building a whole new shop. They're doing all kinds of cool shit. Wait a minute. I think I missed something in the chat. Oh, you didn't say she's a little. Oh, she's fucked in the head. Damn. Well, don't hold back, Rob. Tell us what you really think. Shit. We are unfiltered here. Rage helps a lot of us, Jim. It really does. I make it through a lot of days on caffeine, spite, and rage. I am here because the world decided it wanted otherwise. And I'm still here, punk asses. I'm still here in spite of everything you tried. And I had to say that about a lot of my relationships too. You know what? You can go be the hateful, vindictive, spiteful person that you are. And you can wish all the ill will on me you want. But you know what's always going to kick you in the ass? that I'm still here in spite of you. It is that. It is that. So let's get lighthearted. Hot damn. I didn't have a soundtrack for this shit. I'm sorry, Fly. I would have cued Scorsese at that point if that's what the hell we're up to. But I didn't have any of this planned out. Shit, I'm just winging it. I'm just giving you shit, girl. You're all right. Again, if you guys hadn't checked out Fly on Education, you should definitely go do that, man. I'm glad she found her snake. Carrot was being a ninja for like a week. Yeah, I know, right? You talk about some heavy hitting funeral procession shit and the music in the background. There once was a bit that put to sea, and the name of the ship was a Beliote. I just ran off like 5 people trying to sing. Which was something else. Fly said you duct taped the shit out of that thing. But did you duct tape the hole that she climbed into to get up in the middle of that shit? Eventually, Calvin, I'm not gonna lie, I'd love to get back into music. I farted with it for a long time. But here's what I'll say in transparency. A lot of my ex's identity surrounded being able to perform and being a musician. So I kind of took a step back, let that spotlight go somewhere else. But yeah, I'm going to get back into it. Matter of fact, one of the first things I did was, that's why your music stinks. Yeah. But one of the first things I did was cleared out a bunch of the shit that I didn't want in the living room. And now the guitar lives there. The piano is there. The music equipment is there. I'm getting everything set back up. John Ricker, what's up, my friend? Good to see you, man. How the hell you been doing? Ricker survived the Arctic blast. Hot damn, buddy. I'm so glad, dude. How you been? Says doing okay. Good for you, man. Another wonderful channel. If you guys aren't subscribed to Ricker Creations, you guys ought to go see him too. If anything, go over there, go find out who the hell Bobby is, and then come over here and laugh your ass off with me about it. Because Bobby's about a sumbitch, and it's hilarious. That will make sense when you go watch his videos. Bobby's a fucking hoot. John, don't you do it. I'll open up my other one where you got to jump in with me and we'll talk about it. There ain't no mess so damn bad we can't clean it up. We'll get it figured out, dude. 100%. Damn that phone. Wasn't that cool that we was able to fix this? It is 5 o'clock. Guess what? The 11-year-old is here. He's been in there playing video games. I think I might have to call it for now. Again, to all of the people that gave me jewels, gave me gifts, gave me super chats, thank all of you guys so damn much. John, I'm going to call you in a little bit. We got 60 likes. We got 58. And we're getting there. Did we got 2 more? Does anybody got 2 more to give me? Thank you, Miss Heather. Appreciate everybody. I'm going to get in there. I'm going to get in there and go, Ricker, you didn't have to do that, man. I know you're in a tight spot. Listen, man, you don't have to throw jewels at me, dude. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you, Saunders. Appreciate it. If you like what you see, make sure to hit the subscribe. If you want to support me, of course, make sure to hit that $. Consider becoming a member. Maybe give a super chat or a gift. I think maybe the gifts are what's working. Well, no, Caleb was able to give a super chat, but please consider supporting, consider subscribing. I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm going to go feed my kid, and then I'm probably going to go take a shower, relax in my PJs, and we're going to curl up on the couch and watch some goofy Disney cartoon. I love all of you guys. Thank you so much. I'll see y'all on the flip.